Pause. Button.
Okay guys, be warned, this is probably, it's just my birth control tablets. Call it whatever you want. It's contraception and it's bloody whatever you want to call it, because it practically is anyway. Anyway, point is, tablets were there and I didn't want to knock them down. Okay, I'm going to be making pasta with a bit of red rooster chicken in it. So yeah, I'm going to turn the stove on and I'm going to get a teaspoon of some butter. If I can find the butter. I don't want that coleslaw anymore, it's probably bloody expired. Okay. A good teaspoon of butter. Right. Then I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Okay. Now, this recording is going to be a little bit long, so yeah, be ready for it guys, but it's just how it is. Oh, how much milk do we want? 100 and... oh shit, how much milk did we need? We needed 375 milliliters of hot water. So, I'm going to put it to milliliters. Okay.
0.
Right, here we go.
It is 380 milliliters.
That's good enough.
It is 380 milliliters.
Okay, put that in. Oh, it's going to be very, very, very hot. Like how do you forget that something's hot? Anyway. That should be plenty. Plenty.
Zero.
Then you want, I don't know how many litres of milk, milliliters of milk. Well, we're going to just try it. 250, that's right. 250 milliliters of milk.
It is 271 milliliters. It is 271 milliliters.
God, how am I going to get rid of that?
271 milliliters.
Okay. How much is in that? Oh, I dropped it on the scale.
It is 106 milliliters.
So 270 milliliters. So that's, just get rid of that. Get rid of that altogether. Poured the milk too fast, I think. That's the problem with pouring out a cup of milk, is you can do it, but you got to not do it too quick. Quickly wipe up the surface. Turn it off.
0.
Ah,
0. 0.
I can't turn it off.
0.
No, it won't turn off. How do I?
0.
No.
0. 0.
Will not turn.
Power off.
There we go. Now the power's off. Okay. absolutely love it. Couldn't love it more. It's not love it more than that. So now, you get out a packet of pasta. Pasta. Come on. Where are you, you fucking thing? Come here. Come on. Now that's not turned up enough. Turn it up really high. Okay. Somebody likes my cooking recordings. That's good. Very good. So, what I'm going to do is break up some chook into a bowl while I'm letting that boil. Oh, it is. Shit, it's boiling. Hang on. There you go, it's boiling now. Definitely boiling. Shit. Oh dear. Okay. Now I'm going to do this pasta. Chicken curry, and it is fitting to only have chicken added to the chicken curry. And a little bit of frozen peas and corn and carrot. Yum. Have that added, and it should be fine. Shredders outside. Very cold. Very cold. Oh shit, whoops, sorry, wrong one. Whoops. You know what I was meant to do, and I'll be doing that next time. It might even help if I add... Okay, I'm going to do this next time. I have a whistling kettle, and I can add what I need to actually, that's the good news about having a metal saucepan rather than a Teflon saucepan is, guys, you can use metal. You can use metal in the saucepan. You can use metal. You don't need plastic. You can use plastic, there's nothing wrong with using plastic spatulas in a metal saucepan. You can do that. Not a problem. The problem is if you use metal in a Teflon saucepan. That becomes an issue. Anyway. Stove is not hot. Not hot, and I'm wondering why it's... It would help me a little tiny bit if I actually turned it on. It might actually help me a little bit if I turned the stove on in the first place. The stove was on. I thought, oh my god, the heat's not fucking working. Why is there no heat in this bloody saucepan? Turn on, you bloody... Turn on. Come on. I was nearly almost heating the bloody thing with my mind, which would have got me, well, pretty much dead from exhaustion and probably gotten, well, nowhere. Maybe a little bit of heat, but not enough to cook. Just enough to kill me instead of the food. So now the stove is on and I'm happy. Anyway, back to my point is that next time I want to use a little whistling kettle which I've got. It defeats the purpose of having one if you don't use it. Anyway, I would measure the ingredients into the water into the kettle, say 375 millilitres of cold water. Then I would boil it until it whistles at me. That is what I would do. That is what I would do, in fact. I wonder if I should throw onions or just... No, I might just throw peas and corn and carrot in here, just like a little bit. Just a little bit to kind of garnish the dish without being too much. Now, to my point, the good news is I can use a plastic spatula for mixing food in a metal saucepan if I like. But what I like about having the normal saucepans that isn't Teflon is that I don't have to do that. If you're using Teflon, you have to have just plastic, not metal, in the frying pan. You can't have metal on Teflon at all. You don't have a choice. You can't use metal. But if you've got a saucepan, an actual saucepan, that is not Teflon coated, you can use plastic spatulas or a metal serving spoon or a metal spatula to mix your food. Now, with my Teflon skillet, I do have to use plastic and like silicone type stuff for the Teflon. That's only for the skillet, if I'm doing like crumb steak and things like that. In fact, this is nothing I considered this is nothing that I considered thinking of when I thought to myself, hey, I'm making chicken curry now with veggies. Why don't I make that, put a portion of it in a bowl to eat, put the rest of it in the freezer. Then tonight I could make yet another pasta dish with crumb steak. Cut the crumb steak in half, put half of that in the freezer with the pasta. Hello, I never thought of that before in my life. Never have I done that. Never. I find it unbelievable that I never even thought that I could cook lunch and dinner and at the same time put two separate lunch and dinner meals into the freezer rather than just in the fridge. Like, I can cook a meal, eat what I want, put the rest in the freezer, and cook another meal tonight or tomorrow night, or one cooked meal a day, every day. Put some of that in the freezer. Even if I cook enough for 2 people and the other meal goes in the freezer, I do not have to put it into the fridge and eat it in 2 days when I can just freeze it and eat it whenever I want to within 6 weeks. It is so much freaking easier. For example, today I'm doing pasta and chicken. Tonight I could do pasta. I could do mince in the skillet, cook the pasta, as in a packet of pasta, show you the whistling kettle with my simply mix the pasta and mince together. Next time I could do rice and something and freeze what I don't eat. Easy peasy. Easy bloody peasy. Not an issue in the world when I think of it like that. And on Amazon.com, probably in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be buying a new saucepan set so that when I'm not relying on using this steamer saucepan, which is only a saucepan, you can use it for anything, but I don't have to rely on that when I can keep it with the steamer and use this saucepan at any time. Like if I've used up one of my other medium saucepans, I can use this one. And if the recipe says use one medium saucepan for this and a smaller saucepan for that, my steamer saucepan would go well because it's only a metal saucepan with 2 steamer baskets, so I can use that bottom saucepan for boiling the water for absolutely anything. I can use it as an extra medium stock pot if I really want to. It's like a stock pot. I'm even considering buying a stock pot so I can make stovetop soup. Because you can use a stock pot to make soup on the stove, and if you're going to go out all day long but you want soup for dinner tonight, you don't put it in the stock pot, you put it into the bloody slow cooker. If you're going to be at home all day, that's when you might start using the stock pot to make soup, if you can supervise it from early in the afternoon onwards until dinner time, or you put the same meal into the slow cooker early in the morning and it'll be ready for tea tonight without doing anything, apart from maybe taking the lid off and mashing up the veggies a bit more. And then what I like about the slow cooker is you're not having to drain anything, you're just eating everything how it is, because a meal is self-sourcing in the slow cooker. It becomes a self-sourcing meal. Okay, so I've got that on simmer. So now I've got to find the lid to go with that. Oh damn, where is the lid for the... Oh fucking hell. I can't find the lid for the saucepan. Oh, bloody fuck. Can't find the lid. Oh damn. Oh, fuck me. Where's the lid? No. Oh no. Okay, I can't find the other saucepans anywhere. Oh wait, there's a rice cooker and a lid on for the rice cooker, and I eventually found the steaming pots, which are the pots with the holes on the bottom. They're steaming pots with a bloody lid on top. Anyway, now it's time for me to break up the chicken. Time for me to break up the chicken. Okay. Oh no, this chicken won't come off the bone properly. Oh shit. It sucks. Absolutely sucks when it won't come off the bones. God, come off. It's really tough to get rid of. I'm going to break up this chook. Put some in the freezer that I don't want tonight, and then get something else out of the freezer, cook that with another packet of pasta or another thing of rice, or you know, a thing of rice, whatever I want. I never thought of any of that. Never really thought of it until now. Never honestly thought about it. Unlike what we learnt at Guide Dogs, I'm not taking the skin off the food. I'm not going to take the skin off. And I'm going to put the chicken in the very end when it's ready to heat through. So, a quarter of a chicken will go well with this recipe. Don't have to have every bit of fat and every bit of skin in the put into the dish. It just happens to be that whatever I pick off goes in there. Oh, this chicken's tough. How did they cook this bloody thing? They must have roasted it and roasted it till it was tough. Someone must have complained and said, you didn't cook your chickens well enough. Oh well, I'm not complaining because I think they're cooked fine. And now that I know that I can cook more than one meal a day while freezing the rest of it, I'm just like, huh, yeah, of course. But as much as I love chicken skin, I don't want too much skin in the meal, just a little bit's okay, not too much. Chicken bones, fuck. I hate the chicken bones. Anybody who's listening to this video, give me a like on my video. If you don't like chicken bones, give my video a thumbs up. People who don't like people who don't like chicken bones in their dinner, thumbs up. Give me a like. Anyone who hates chicken bones, because I can attest to it. Can't bloody stand them. And having to break chicken off the bones is equally just as freaking difficult. And there's fat and bits of bloody torn shit on them and bits of torn chicken meat and all this crap that I don't like. Oh God. Bloody stuff. Now I have to mix this food in a minute so that it doesn't bloody go apeshit everywhere. Okay, there's enough chicken, plenty of chicken. Plenty of chicken. So yeah, if you're listening to this video, one like for I hate chicken bones and one like for pasta is a versatile dish and you can use it with anything, with almost anything. Anyone who likes my cooking recordings also? Anyone who feels that they enjoy my recordings, give me a thumbs up. I need your thumbs up as much as anybody. As much as anybody, I need your thumbs up as well. That's important to me. Food is sticking to the bottom. Oh dear. Shit. And it's on simmering, for God's sake. Alright, I've got it worked out. Oh, Jesus. And I've got this on bloody simmering point. Oh, God. Off the heat a sec. Mix it all up. Put it back on the heat. I've learnt a few things at guide dogs about taking things off the heat, mixing it up, getting the stuff off the bottom, and then putting it back on the heat. So yeah, today I'm having chicken and pasta, and tonight I'm going to have something else. I don't know what I'm going to have. Probably friggin' mince and bloody something. I might do you can do a skillet, like a frying skillet dish, but I might use the saucepan to make a hot stir fry, like a saucepan. The saucepan is essentially, if you don't have an electric wok, you use a saucepan instead. That's essentially what you're doing. It's probably not as good as a wok, but if I'm not willing to use my electric frying skillet, at least not tonight, then I can at least. But my problem with that is I want to make another packet of pasta mix with a mince dish. That's the thing. I'm going to have to use another packet of pasta for that. God. I'm going to have to use up another packet of pasta. Because I love these flavoured pasta dishes mixed with something, like mixed with mince, for example. Absolutely beautiful. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to have to use my cooking skillet then, is cook the mince with some onion, a bit of French onion soup, make a basic savoury mince, a bit of tomato, tin of tomato and all of that. Just stuff that goes with savoury mince. So for example, onion and tomato, peas, corn and carrot. Just like really basic stuff. Then make a pasta. Like even if I didn't use anything except for onion and tomato, that'd be okay, because then I could mix other things into the pasta dish. Like I could previously fry a few things. Not fry, I could. Saucepans don't fry, they actually kind of. What's the difference? It's saucepan fried rather than normal frying pan or wok fried. It's saucepan seared in the saucepan, and it's sautéed. It's not fried, it's sautéed. It's bloody sautéed. So now I'm going to get out a dish and I'm going to get it ready. Some in a dish, some in a bowl. Okay. So now, pick up this saucepan and put a little bit into a dish, just enough to say that I've getting better at doing this. Jesus. Okay, that's heaps. A little bit more in the dish. A little bit more in the dish. Just ladle some of it out. I want enough food in the dish that it won't be too much for me to eat in a bowl. Because then now I'm going to get something out of the freezer and defrost it and get ready to make. I'm going to do rice, and with some of the mince I'm going to have pasta, and with some of the mince I'm going to have rice. So it's going to be rice and pasta in different dishes. It's going to be pretty good. How much is in that bowl? How much is in there? Oh, you want a bit more. A bit more. Now that I have a general concept of cooking, I'm pretty good. I don't want too much for lunch, just enough to say that I'm eating something. Okay, and that's something. Don't know how I'm going to fit all this shit in the freezer. I do not know how, but I'm going to anyway. My hope is that I eventually replace everything that I've cooked, that I am cooking, with frozen meals. Because eventually I'm not going to need to cook every single day. I mean, I probably will because I want to, but I'm not going to have to do that. I'm not going to have to do that. I'll absolutely not have to do all of that. I'll eventually be able to just cook whenever it suits me to cook. And for example, if I have someone over for dinner and I cook for them, that means I get an extra meal in the freezer that I don't need to put in the fridge. For example, I cook something but I don't want any leftovers. But I know I'm going to have leftovers anyway. I've got a whole heap of food in the freezer, which doesn't matter. I can just add 1 or 2 more containers into the freezer. You know, I just have to get something out and eat it, I suppose, so I don't overcrowd the freezer. It depends on what it is, but I really don't want leftovers in the fridge. But I know I'm going to have leftovers, so I will cook that meal that I wanted to cook for 3 or 4 people to feed 3 or 4 of us, me and whoever else comes over. And then, instead of packing that food up to go in the fridge for tomorrow and the next day, because maybe that's not what I want, because I might just want a sandwich for lunch tomorrow and something totally different to eat. Maybe I don't want the meal that I cooked the night before. I want something else, like it might be chicken and salad or something. It may not be the same meal. So if I cooked crumb steak last night, I don't want crumb steak tomorrow night. I want something else. So I'll cook that, knowing that I won't have leftovers. It'll be sitting in the fridge for the day after that. So that's how I gauge things. too much on the plate. I don't want that much. I don't want too much on the plate. I'm going to put half that in the freezer. I don't want a lot. It's too much. It's too much. Okay, got it. Got it. Today, too much, and I'm not hungry. I'm a bit hungry, but I'm not very, very, very hungry. I'm going to be making rice and pasta tonight, so that way I can have a choice of some pasta or some rice. So I'm going to put that on the table because it's very hot and I can't eat food when it's overly hot. I can, but it's just too hot. It's too much. So I'm going to clean up while I'm waiting for that meal to cool off. That's pretty fucking awesome if you ask me. I can clean up. It takes 10 minutes for my meal to get cold. And I don't want it very super cold. I just want it so that I can eat it. And right now I can't eat it. So that meal is going to go in the freezer. Now that is fairly a big meal, but when I'm very hungry, I can eat a big meal. When I'm hungry, that's what I can eat. Oh, there's a freezer bag here. A freezer bag. I don't know why I said freezer bag then, but anyway, I meant, oh Jesus, I meant rubbish bag. God. So I'm going to clean up while I'm here, because I know it's going to take forever for that meal to cool off. It's going to take forever. It's going to take the bloody ever. I do think I improved on my serving without making too much mess. I made a bit of a mess, but it wasn't severe. So I'm quite happy about that. I'm going to do a very basic savoury mince tonight with just like tomato and onion. So tomato and onion, and I'm going to do savoury mince, and I'm going to do rice because I like rice. Now there is some rice in the fridge that needs to get chucked in the bin, but that's because I didn't eat it, on time. Whereas if I did a cup of rice tonight and I saved it where some mince and some rice went together and some mince and some pasta went together, then I'd be pretty right. Tell you what, when you're cleaning up pasta, it is difficult. It's like glue. It's like cleaning up pasta is like trying to clean up glue. It just sticks to everything. It just gets everywhere. just gets all over the place and you can't pick it up. It's like, yeah, it's like what, you know, it just is. So, yeah, I'm going to be cleaning up here because my pasta's going to be a bit hot. And I don't want very hot, well, I like very hot food because I know it's cooked, but I don't want to eat it while it's still scalding when I've just put it on the dinner plate. That would be too much. I don't want a scalding meal. This will give me a chance to get a drink and that before tea. That's fine. Oh yeah, it's drying out. It's drying out. Can't get that over. Oh no, I can't get it. I have to while I'm fixing up the dishes, putting some dishes away. Oh, damn it. Okay, now I'm going to put that back here. And do the dishes. Keep that frozen bag here and the scissors out because I know I'm going to be using them yet again. Now, I'm going to start the dishes because my dinner is going to take ages to cool off because it just took forever. It just took forever to cool off straight away when I put it on the plate. So, yeah. So, now I'm going to clean up really good, getting ready for tonight's dinner because I'm going to be making something exquisite. I'm going to do rice and I'm going to do pasta. Put hot water in the sink, it always starts to kind of like boil down in some strange coincidental fashion. So yeah, that dinner is pretty freaking hot right now. So I'm just glad that I can do the dishes for as long as it takes. See, instead of sitting at the table for 10 minutes and I'm not eating, I'm just blowing it for 10 minutes, why not do other things while the meal starts getting going cold? It only takes 10 minutes for a feed to cool down, just safe enough to eat. You don't have to sit at the table for 10 minutes waiting and blowing and waiting and blowing and waiting and snorting. Do other things for 10 minutes and then sit at the dinner table with a nicely warm, not too scalding hot, yummy dinner that you can enjoy eating. Go about it like that. That's the way I see it. That's the best way. Honestly, the best way. Cleaned up, and then I'm going to get something out of my freezer. I'm going to hopefully get the mince out. And then I'm going to do rice. Now I'm going to do rice. So I've cleaned off that pan. The only reason stuff gets burnt to the heavy saucepan is just because, and it's got a really thick base too. Listen to how thick that is. It's so lovely. The only reason anything burns to a saucepan is because the heat is too high. That's why everything melts to the saucepan if the heat is very high. Well, that's me done with making my feed. So now I'm going to get something out of the freezer. Like what? Oh God, I hope that's... What's the mince? Where is the mince? I knew what the fucking stuff was. It'd be easier for me to know when I'm getting sausages. I kind of want mince. Oh shit. That's all I fucking want is mince. That feels like chicken. That feels like frozen food, like no duh. Not a problem. Not a fucking issue. I don't know if that's chops. Oh damn. Shit, where's the fucking mince? There's something in the back. That's bread. There's bread in the back of the freezer. What's that? Chicken cutlets. I don't know if that's mince. I think that is. Put that to the back of the freezer. That feels like it could be mince. Pray to God that it is, because it better fucking be mince. I'd lose it if it wasn't. So, I hope to God that's mince. Doesn't feel like mince. Oh shit, I hope it is. Anyway, I'm going to put that down in the sink. Now, that should be dinner ready and over and done with until tonight, and then I want to use that whistling kettle to show you how exactly it works.
Stop button.